The numbers game. As 2025 unfolds, one might expect advanced 5th-generation stealth fighters to rule the skies. The truth? They make up less than 20% of the world's combat aircraft. Instead, the skies remain dominated by 4th-generation fighters, designs that first took flight over 4 decades ago. Why? The answer lies in the numbers, and those numbers tell an extraordinary story. Take the F-22 Raptor, America's premier air superiority fighter. Despite its incredible capabilities, only 187 were ever built before production ended in 2011. Think about that. One of the most advanced fighters ever created, and we have fewer of them than some cities have police cars. The F-35 Lightning II tells a different story. As of early 2025, approximately 630 are flying worldwide, a significant number, but still just a fraction of global fighter strength. And while plans call for roughly 1,800 more, budget constraints have already forced cuts, with 2025's planned acquisition dropping from 83 to 70 aircraft. Beyond America's stealth fighters, 2 major powers have entered the 5th-generation arena. China's J-20, once dismissed as a paper tiger, has emerged as a serious contender with over 200 aircraft now patrolling Asian skies and production rates potentially reaching 120 per year. Russia's Su-57, featuring advanced ESA radar and remarkable maneuverability with its thrust-vectoring engines, has joined active service and continues steady production. Despite their remarkable capabilities, 5th-generation fighters remain vastly outnumbered by their 4th-generation predecessors. Across the globe, the backbone of most air forces still relies on these proven designs. Leading the pack is the F-16 Fighting Falcon, with over 4,000 aircraft in service worldwide, from the Arctic Circle to the Negev Desert. Close behind is the F-15 Eagle family, boasting more than 1,500 aircraft that continue to dominate the skies. Meanwhile, the F/A-18 Hornet family, with over 1,000 aircraft, steadfastly defends carrier decks across the oceans. Russia's Su-27 Flanker family and its derivatives, numbering around 1,000, have transformed air power across Asia and Eastern Europe. Similarly, China's Air Force has expanded with over 400 J-11s, combining flanker designs with local innovations, and more than 500 J-10s, including the advanced J-10C variant equipped with ESA radar and thrust-vectoring engines. Complementing this formidable fleet are hundreds of European-built Eurofighter Typhoons and Dassault Rafales, showcasing the cutting edge of 4th-generation technology. The Eurofighter Typhoon, with over 550 aircraft in service across Britain, Germany, Spain, and Italy, stands as a triumph of multinational collaboration. France's Dassault Rafale, with more than 250 aircraft, has showcased exceptional versatility, excelling in roles from carrier operations to desert missions. Sweden's Saab Gripen, with around 150 aircraft, offers a sophisticated yet cost-effective solution tailored to modern air defense needs. What's even more fascinating is how these aircraft continue to evolve. Take the F-60V upgrade program. It's transformed the original lightweight fighter into a modern warrior with advanced ESA radar and state-of-the-art electronic warfare systems. The U.S. Air Force is so confident in 4th-generation capability that they're buying brand-new F-15EX fighters, equipped with the world's most powerful fighter radar and the ability to carry an arsenal of 22 air-to-air missiles. Meanwhile, the A-10 Thunderbolt II is receiving new wings and modern avionics, ensuring America's dedicated ground attack aircraft remains lethal for decades to come. This modernization story extends well beyond American borders. India's Su-30 MKI blends Russian power with Western electronics, making it one of Asia's most capable fighters. Japan's F-2 reimagines the F-16 with unique Japanese innovations, while South Korea's F-A-50 demonstrates how 4th-generation technology can be adapted into lighter, more affordable aircraft. Israel's F-16I Sufa incorporates cutting-edge avionics and advanced electronic warfare systems. Meanwhile, European air forces continue to elevate their Typhoons and Rafales with advanced radar and weapons upgrades. As we look to the future, these 4th-generation fighters aren't just surviving, they're thriving. Nations continue investing billions in upgrades and modifications, recognizing that these versatile platforms still offer the best combination of capability and cost for most Air Force missions. While 5th-generation fighters may capture headlines, it's their 4th fifth-generation cousins that truly rule the skies. Meeting real-world demands. To understand why fourth-generation fighters remain so relevant, we need to look at the actual demands of modern air warfare. The reality might surprise you, and it challenges many common assumptions about what air forces actually need. When we strip away the headlines and marketing, most air forces focus on three primary missions: defending sovereign airspace, maintaining regional stability, and protecting national interests. For these everyday tasks, fourth-generation fighters aren't just adequate, they're often ideal. Take NATO's Baltic Air Policing mission, where fighters routinely intercept aircraft approaching alliance airspace. These missions demand reliability, endurance, and quick reaction times, not stealth. German Eurofighters, Polish F-16s, and French Rafales excel in this role, providing round-the-clock surveillance and response capability at a fraction of the cost of fifth-generation aircraft. In the vast expanses of the Indo-Pacific, air forces face different challenges. Here, range and payload matter more than stealth. Japan's F-15Js and Australia's F/A-18F Super Hornets patrol massive maritime zones, carrying the sensors and weapons needed for both air defense and anti-ship missions. India's Su-30 MKIs, with their impressive combat radius, guard the subcontinent's expansive frontiers. The Middle East presents yet another scenario. Here, Israel's F-16I Sufa and F-15I Ram fighters don't just defend airspace, they provide crucial deterrence in a volatile region. Their advanced electronic warfare systems and heavy payload capabilities prove more valuable in day-to-day operations than pure stealth characteristics. The ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict offers stark insights into modern air warfare. Russia's Su-30SM and Su-35S fighters, despite being advanced fourth-generation aircraft, demonstrate both the capabilities and limitations of air power in contested airspace. Ukrainian Air Force, operating legacy MiG-29s and Su-27s, has shown remarkable effectiveness in defensive operations. These aircraft, though older, continue flying combat missions through clever tactics and modern upgrades. Even more telling, both sides rely heavily on electronic warfare and advanced missiles rather than stealth capabilities, proving that fourth-generation platforms can remain effective when properly equipped and employed. This brings us to a crucial point about air power in 2025. The vast majority of nations focus on defensive, not offensive operations. Among the world's air forces, only a handful truly need the penetrating strike capability that stealth provides. The United States, as a global superpower, maintains these capabilities for worldwide operations. China and Russia, as continental powers with regional ambitions, have developed their own stealth fighters. The United Kingdom and France, with their global commitments and NATO obligations, also see value in fifth-generation capabilities. But for most nations, from Sweden to Singapore, from Brazil to Kuwait, air defense and regional security remain the primary focus. Their fourth-generation fighters, continuously upgraded with modern radars, electronics, and weapons, perfectly match these requirements. These nations have made the calculated decision that investing in proven, cost-effective platforms better serves their security needs than pursuing expensive stealth technology. Consider South Korea, facing one of the world's most tense security situations. While they've ordered some F-35s for specific missions, their backbone remains F-15Ks and F/A-50s. These fourth-generation fighters provide the sustained presence and numerical strength needed for their primary mission, defending South Korean airspace. The math is compelling. For the price of a single stealth fighter squadron, air forces can maintain several squadrons of upgraded fourth-generation aircraft. This means more aircraft for training, more planes for routine patrols, and more capacity to respond to multiple simultaneous situations, crucial factors for real-world air defense. Even nations that do operate stealth fighters often find their fourth-generation aircraft indispensable for day-to-day operations. Look at Israel. While they've acquired F-35s for specific missions, their F-16s and F-15s handle the bulk of routine operations, preserving their most advanced assets for critical situations. This practical approach to air power shapes force structures worldwide. Japan supplements its F-35 order with continued F-50J modernization. Australia maintains a mixed fleet of F/A-18F Super Hornets alongside its F-35s. Even the United States, with the world's largest fifth-generation fleet, relies heavily on fourth-generation fighters for many missions. The lesson is clear. In the real world of military aviation, stealth capability is just one factor among many. Range, payload, reliability, and cost-effectiveness often matter more for actual operational requirements. It's this reality that keeps fourth-generation fighters not just relevant, but essential for air forces around the globe. the adaptability advantage. Now we arrive at perhaps the most fascinating aspect of fourth-generation fighters, their remarkable ability to evolve. This isn't just about updating software or adding new weapons, it's about fundamental transformation that has kept these aircraft not just relevant but lethal in modern combat. The story of the F-16 Fighting Falcon perfectly illustrates this evolutionary journey. When the first F-16A took flight in 1978, it was a simple day fighter, lean, agile, but limited. Its radar could track only one target at a time. It couldn't operate effectively at night. Its ground attack capabilities were basic at best. By today's standards, it would be outmatched by even modest air defense systems. But look at today's F-16V Viper. The airframe might look similar, but inside it's a completely different beast. Its advanced ESA radar can track dozens of targets simultaneously across vast distances. Sophisticated night vision systems and targeting pods let it strike with precision in complete darkness. Modern electronic warfare suites protect it against advanced threats. It's become a fully networked combat system sharing data seamlessly with other aircraft and ground forces. This transformation was possible because the F-16's conventional design offered something crucial: space for growth. Engineers could add power systems where needed. New sensor pods could be integrated onto multiple hardpoints. Avionics bays could be expanded and modernized. Even the aircraft's structure could be modified to handle new requirements. Each change built upon the last, creating an ever more capable warrior. By contrast, fifth-generation stealth fighters face a unique challenge. Their very nature restricts their ability to evolve. Every surface angle is precisely calculated to deflect radar waves. Weapons must be carried internally to maintain stealth. Special materials cover the airframe in exact patterns. Even the smallest panel gap must be precisely maintained. Any significant modification risks compromising these carefully engineered stealth characteristics. The adaptability advantage extends beyond the F-16. Look at the F-15 Eagle's journey. What started as a pure air superiority fighter has evolved into multiple variants, including the latest F-15EX, with capabilities its designers never imagined. By adding conformal fuel tanks, engineers doubled its range without sacrificing performance. New weapons pylons increased its payload capacity. Advanced electronics transformed its combat capabilities. This pattern repeats worldwide. India's Su-30 MKI showcases how a Russian design can be enhanced with Western and indigenous systems. Israel's F-16I Sufa demonstrates how a base fighter can be transformed with unique national requirements in mind. Sweden's Gripen E proves how a smaller fourth-generation fighter can incorporate the latest technologies while maintaining simplicity and efficiency. The beauty of this adaptability extends to practical considerations. Maintenance crews can access systems through conventional panels without worrying about damaging sensitive stealth coatings. New technologies can be integrated through modular upgrades rather than complete redesigns. Training programs can evolve gradually as new capabilities are added, rather than requiring complete overhauls of maintenance and operational procedures. This adaptability isn't just about extending service life, it's about creating fighters that can take on new roles, meet new threats, and incorporate new technologies. From adding ESA radars and advanced missiles to incorporating the latest electronic warfare systems, fourth-generation fighters continue to evolve. In an era of rapidly evolving warfare, this flexibility to adapt and grow might be their greatest strength. The true cost of air superiority. In the high-stakes world of military aviation, capability isn't just about technology, it's about economics. To understand why fourth-generation fighters continue to dominate global air forces, we need to follow the money, and the story it tells is fascinating. Let's start with the price tag of acquiring modern fighters in 2025. A new F-35A Lightning II costs around $80 million, while the latest F-15EX comes in at $88 million. The modernized F-16V offers a more economical option at $65 million, similar to Russia's Su-35 at approximately $85 million. But these numbers are just the tip of the iceberg. The real story emerges when we look at operating costs. Every hour a fifth-generation F-35A spends in the air costs taxpayers about $33,000. The F-22 Raptor demands even more, at a staggering $58,000 per flight hour. Compare this to fourth-generation workhorses. The F-16C costs $22,000 per hour to operate, while the larger F-15E runs about $27,000. Over a typical 30-year service life, this difference amounts to billions in operational operational costs alone. But the economic advantages of fourth-generation fighters run even deeper. Take maintenance infrastructure. Air forces worldwide have spent decades building maintenance facilities, training personnel, and establishing spare part supply chains for these aircraft. A single F-16 maintenance facility represents an investment of millions in specialized tools, test equipment, and training programs. Nations that operate fourth-generation fighters can leverage these existing investments rather than starting from scratch. The training pipeline tells a similar story. Consider what it takes to create a combat-ready fighter pilot. Fourth-generation aircraft benefit from decades of refined training programs, extensive simulator networks, and generations of experienced instructors. When the Royal Thai Air Force trains new F-16 pilots, they can draw on training expertise from multiple nations, use proven syllabi, and access a global network of training resources. For a fifth-generation aircraft, every aspect of training requires new development and investment. Weapons integration provides another compelling example. The F-16 can carry over 100 different types of weapons and equipment, each thoroughly tested and certified through years of operational use. When a new missile or bomb enters service, integration costs for fourth-generation platforms are typically 40 to 60% lower than for fifth-generation aircraft, thanks to established procedures and extensive testing data. The global support network for fourth-generation fighters creates economies of scale that fifth-generation aircraft simply can't match. Even modernization offers economic advantages. Upgrading an F-16 to the latest V configuration costs approximately $35 million per aircraft, less than half the price of a new fifth-generation fighter. Similar programs for the F-15 and F-A-18 demonstrate how nations can achieve modern capabilities while maximizing return on their existing investments. This economic reality shapes Air Force decisions worldwide. The Belgian Air Force chose to maintain a mixed fleet of F-16s alongside new F-35s, recognizing the cost benefits of keeping proven platforms. Poland's acquisition of F-16s and F-A-50s alongside F-35s reflects a similar strategy of balancing capability with affordability. Even wealthy nations like Saudi Arabia continue investing in advanced fourth-generation aircraft, like the F-15SA, understanding the economic advantages they offer. When we combine acquisition costs, operating expenses, existing infrastructure, training programs, and weapons integration, fourth-generation fighters often deliver 80% of fifth-generation capabilities at roughly 40% of the total lifecycle cost. For most air forces, this math makes a compelling case for maintaining and upgrading these proven platforms. The true value of stealth. However, none of this means that fifth-generation fighters aren't valuable. They excel in specific scenarios that fourth-generation aircraft struggle with. Let's examine a typical deep strike mission in heavily defended airspace. Using conventional forces, the operation becomes a massive undertaking. A formation of fourth-generation strike fighters must be surrounded by a protective bubble of support aircraft. Fighter escorts provide air defense. Electronic warfare aircraft work to blind enemy radars. Specialized aircraft suppress surface-to-air missile sites. Multiple tankers extend the strike package's range. What begins as a mission to hit a single target balloons into an operation requiring 20 or more aircraft. Now watch how stealth transforms this equation. A formation of F-22s or F-35s approaches the same target area, their radar signatures barely larger than birds. They slip through the same defensive network that would have required an entire air armada to penetrate. No escort fighters, no jamming support, minimal refueling. 4 aircraft accomplish what once required 20. History proved this concept during Operation Desert Storm. The F-117 Nighthawk, America's first stealth fighter, made up just 2.5% of coalition aircraft, but struck 40% of strategic targets during the critical first week. Each stealth fighter effectively replaced multiple conventional aircraft while dramatically improving survival rates. Today's air defenses make stealth even more crucial. Modern systems like Russia's S-400 and China's HQ-9 create massive denial zones stretching hundreds of kilometers. Advanced early warning radars track conventional fighters at extreme ranges. These defenses create environments where fourth-generation aircraft, despite their sophistication, face nearly impossible odds. Consider critical targets that must be neutralized in the opening hours of any conflict. Hardened command centers, air defense headquarters, early warning radar sites. Protected by layers of advanced defenses, these targets remain virtually impregnable to conventional aircraft. Here, stealth fighters prove their worth in ways that transcend simple cost calculations. Understanding this dynamic helps explain why nations make vastly different choices about stealth aircraft. The United States, potentially facing sophisticated air defenses worldwide, invests heavily in stealth capability. Meanwhile, nations focused on defending their own airspace often find advanced fourth-generation fighters more cost-effective. It's not a question of which which generation is superior. It's about matching capabilities to strategic needs. Ultimately, air power isn't about having the most advanced technology. It's about having the right tools for the mission. Fourth-generation fighters provide the numbers, versatility, and affordability essential for most operations, while fifth-generation aircraft deliver critical capabilities for the toughest scenarios. Together, they form a balanced and formidable force, ready to meet any challenge.